Hi, lovelies. Welcome back. Happy belated Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day today as I record this, but I know this will be out tomorrow, so hope you guys had a wonderful day full of love. I wanted to talk about impatience this week. And other people tend to be an area of our lives where it's so easy to get impatient with them. Why are they not doing what we want to do? Why are they not doing things faster? Why are they not doing things better? It seems like our ideas of what they should be doing is what they actually should be doing. And ever since I was a kid, I have been told that I'm impatient. My parents told me, my friends told me, even today, people say, Shannon, look, patience is not one of your strengths, not one of your virtues. And like so many things, like so many characteristics, it tends to look to us like, well, there are just people who are patient people or impatient people. And those kind of look more solid than they actually are. Like, oh, yeah, too bad that's a weakness for you and this is strength for others. But what I've come to see recently is impatience, like everything else, is simply the degree to which we're taking that thinking seriously. So I am just innocently been in the habit my whole life of taking my impatient thinking seriously. That's it. I did it when I was young, I do it now, and that's the only difference, is that when I get thinking that says this timeline should be happening faster than it actually is, or this person should be behaving in a different way or a better way, or the change should be faster, or this thing should be taking so long, I buy into that thinking to a higher degree than I buy into thinking of another flavor. So a lot of people will say, my thing is I'm just an angry person, or my thing is I'm a very indecisive person, or my thing is I'm a anxious person. And really, all of those characteristics we think mean something about us, and we think they're solid, and we think they're meaningful, and we think they're important. And they're none of those things. They're temporary, impersonal, meaningless things. And what they actually are is simply habits of thought that we've innocently taken seriously because we misunderstand them. That's it. So what I saw last night when I had this insight, and my insight was I was just in general impatience of my entire life. So I was impatient at the speed to which my skiing ability is improving, or, clearly the lack of which is improving. I was impatient about the speed that my third book is getting written, because I think it should be faster than the creative force wants it to be written. I was getting impatient about people in my life, about the lack of getting back to me when they should get back to me, and just the whole general, things should be as I want them to be, people should behave as I want them to behave type thinking. And I'm in that feeling impatient about everything, feeling like time is of the essence, and God, why can't everything just hurry up? And I even found myself getting impatient about the weather. Like, it is mid-February, so I know that where I live, we have at least another 6 weeks of winter, at least, maybe even 8 weeks. And yet I'm like, why is it not spring yet? This is ridiculous. I'm tired of all of this snow and cold temperatures. And what's so interesting is that I saw that, well, all that's happening is that impatient thinking is coming up. And I don't control what thinking comes up. You don't control what thinking comes up. No one does. That's part of the impersonal, meaningless nature of thought, is that it just comes up. Like clouds in the sky, it just appears. So I'm a sky, you're a sky, we're all skies. And impatient thinking about everything, skiing, my book, my partner, the weather, my life, came into that sky. And I took it seriously. So I felt myself getting in that impatient, rushed, frustrated feeling. And all that's really ever happening is that I'm taking that thinking seriously. That's it. It sounds so simple, but that's what was going on, is that I tend to take my impatient thinking seriously. And other people tend to take their angry thinking seriously. Other people tend to take their fearful thinking seriously, or their indecisive thinking, or their bored thinking, or their poor me thinking. And, they're all just flavors of the same thing. So the people in my life that are really patient aren't people who have this amazing virtue and, were born lucky and worked their way to patience and, really kind of cultivated the right attitude at an early age. No, they simply don't see the value of taking impatient thinking seriously. That's it. So my mom, who's one of the most patient people in the world, has, I'm sure, impatient thinking as everyone does, but she doesn't think that thinking is meaningful and worth taking seriously. So it flows to the sky as clouds do, and she's right back to not feeling rushed and frustrated and like things have to happen faster than they are. And for me, when that thinking comes up, I see an impatient cloud and go, oh my God, yes, it actually, thank you, thinking, for telling me that the universe is not happening on the schedule that I would like it to happen on. Thank you. And I buy into it and I take it seriously. And it looks to me like these things should be happening faster. And it's so helpful to know that it doesn't mean that, just because we think something doesn't mean we're right. Just because we think something doesn't mean it's true. Just because we think something doesn't mean that it actually should be as we think it. It's just thought. So what I saw when I had that insight last night was, well, if I don't take my impatient thinking so seriously, I'll still have it, but it won't have such a hold on me or a grip on me, or it won't be such a felt experience. In other words, it'll still come up, but it'll be no big deal. Oh, yeah, I wish it was spring. Oh, yeah, I wish my third book was more written than it was. Oh, yeah, I wish somebody behaved differently, or somebody got back to me faster, or I was a better skier than I am. Big deal. Instead of looking like, okay, there actually is something that needs to be fixed, changed, and better. That's what happens when we take our thinking seriously, is we don't see it for the illusion it is. And we get caught up in thinking it's true. And that's the only thing that's going on. And that's fantastic news to know that that is the only thing that's going on, is that we have thinking. Thought arises in our sky. And to the degree to which we see it for what it is and understand it, we take it more or less seriously. And when we take it really seriously, then we get, as I was last night, impatient, frustrated with everything in my life. And when we don't take it seriously, like my mom does, like so many other people in my life do, it comes up, oh, it should be spring, okay, and then it leaves. And, no big deal. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Please leave any questions or comments below. Subscribe if you like these videos. They come out every Friday. And I will be back with you guys next week. So take care. Much love. Bye.